Good day, here are the top stories from the Philippine News Agency. The Office of the President has denied any involvement in the impeachment complaint filed against Vice President Sara Duterte. In a statement, Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin said the complaint filed by several private citizens as an independent initiative. He added that its endorsement is the prerogative of any member of the House of Representatives and the palace has nothing to do with it. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. earlier discouraged lawmakers from pursuing impeachment complaint, calling it counterproductive and a waste of time. The complaint submitted on Monday, led by Akbayan Party List Representative Percy Sandanya, accused Duterte culpable violation of the Constitution, graft and corruption, bribery, betrayal of public trust, and other high crimes. The Vice President is under fire for alleged misuse of public funds during her leadership in the Office of the Vice President and the Department of Education. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. expressed optimism that the Fund for Responding to Loss and Damage, or FRLD, will help the Philippines address the devastating impacts of climate change and improve disaster preparedness in the country. During a courtesy call in Malacanang by the FRLD board, Marcos emphasized the importance of Manila hosting the board due to the country's vulnerability to climate risks. He noted that recent disasters in the Philippines have reached record levels, a situation not seen since the 1940s. The FRLD board, composed of 26 members from both developed and developing countries, will oversee the fund, which is designed to support the nations most vulnerable to climate change. The Philippines secured a key role on the board, representing the Asia-Pacific group for the next 3 years. The Department of Social Welfare and Development says it continues to foster peace by aiding former rebels, extremists, and residents in regions affected by armed conflict. More than 4,000 former members of the Moro Islamic Liberation Front and the Moro National Liberation Front have received food and cash assistance this year. DSWD Undersecretary for Inclusive Sustainable Peace and Special Concerns Alan Tanhusay identified them as former members from Maguindanao del Sur and Maguindanao del Norte. Over 77,000 ex-combatants and their families underwent assessment to determine their eligibility for social pension and the Patawid Pamilyang Pilipino program, or 4Ps. Tanhusay said former combatants from South Cotabato, Sultan Kudarat, and North Cotabato have received training through TASDA for masonry, massage therapy, electrical installation, dressmaking, and organic agriculture. Meanwhile, the DSWD has coordinated with the Office of the Presidential Advisor on Peace, Reconciliation, and Unity regarding provision of shelter assistance in Camp Abubakar in Maguindanao del Sur and Camp Bilal in Monay, Lanao del Norte. Taal has shown signs of unrest once again. Authorities are closely monitoring the situation to ensure public safety. The Office of Civil Defense reported a Phreatic explosion on Taal early Tuesday. According to OCD Calabarzon, the minor eruption occurred at 5:58 a.m. towards the southwest direction. According to the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, or PBBM, it lasted 4 minutes and grayish plume arose 2,800 meters above Taal Volcano Island. This follows a similar 6-minute Phreatic event reported on November 30. The National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council has issued advisories urging the public to remain vigilant and wait for further updates. Authorities continue to monitor the Taal volcano and remind public to adhere to safety guidelines. The Department of Agriculture has expressed support for moves to mandate food establishments to serve half cups of rice to address wastage. The Assistant Secretary Arnel de Mesa said the agency is urging lawmakers to work on institutionalizing half-rice serving options. He said Agriculture Secretary Francisco Chu Laurel Jr. wants to revive the bill offering half-rice, a measure that President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. pushed for as a former senator in the 16th Congress. He said Chu Laurel is interested in helping lawmakers craft a proposed measure. De Mesa also proposed for Filipinos to switch to alternative carbohydrate sources such as sweet potatoes and corn. The Department of Science and Technology, Food and Nutrition Research Institute, and the Philippine Rice Research Institute, or PhilRice, reported 255,000 metric tons of milled rice wastage as of November 2024, a drop from the 340,000 metric tons reported from 2018 to 2019. PhilRice said the wastage could have met the annual demand of 2.79 million Filipinos. PhilRice Development and Communications Division Head Hazel Antonio Beltran said the agency has requested President Marcos to issue an executive order to make the half-cup rice an option in all government agencies nationwide. And that's the latest and the biggest stories on the Pna Headlines. For more news updates, visit our website, pna.gov.ph, or our Facebook and X account, Philippine News Agency. The Pna Headlines is also streamed via the Servicio Facebook page. You may also watch the Pna Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account and via the News and Information Bureau website under the Pna News. It's 22 days before Christmas. I am Stephanie Civiliano. This is the Pna Headlines, bringing stories that unite the nation.